In boxing's long history, there have been many great fights that were head-to-head brawls that went the distance and gave fans 10 to 12 rounds of action. But there is one thing that fans love more than anything else: a brutal knockout that ends a fight in a bone-crushing way. Here are the 10 most violent knockouts in the long history of boxing. Please don't watch if you have a weak stomach. But before we start the countdown, it would be great if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon. Let's get started. Number 10. Kermit Cintron versus Walter Dario Matthias. Walter Dario Matthias was knocked out in round 2 of their fight on July 14, 2007. It was the best punch of Matthias's life. Cintron won this short fight and ended it with a devastating left hand and a right hand, after knocking Matthias down twice earlier in the fight. Number 9. Glenn Johnson versus Roy Jones Jr. On September 25, 2004, Tennessee, Roy Jones Jr. was the one who got knocked out. In round 9 of their 12-round fight, Jones Jr. was knocked out cold by Glenn Johnson. Jones Jr. had just lost his first fight in 15 to Antonio Tarver. Johnson gave Jones Jr. a solid right to the side of the head, which knocked him out. Number 8. Lennox Lewis versus Hasim Rahman. Lennox Lewis gave Hasim Rahman exactly what he gave him in their first fight on November 17, 2001. Lewis was knocked out in the first round. Lewis first won a court case to get a rematch with Rahman right away, while Rahman was trying to find a different opponent for his first title defense. Number 7. Manny Pacquiao versus Ricky Hatton. On May 2, 2007, Manny Pacquiao knocked out Ricky Hatton in the best knockout of his career. After Mayweather knocked out Hatton, Pacquiao knew he had to put on a good fight against Hatton. He did even better than Mayweather, knocking out Hatton in round 2. Number 6. Jerry Cooney versus Ken Norton. On March 11, 1981, Ken Norton was knocked out by Jerry Cooney in round 1. It was a quick and shocking knockout. Norton was knocked out by Cooney's powerful punches, and that was the last fight of his career. Number 5. Michael Spinks versus Mike Tyson. When Mike Tyson knocked out Michael Spinks on June 27, 1988, it was a knockout to remember. Tyson smashed his way into the fight. He had just defended his titles 7 times in a row, and 5 of those times were by knockout. Spinks went into the fight with a perfect record of 31-0, with 21 of those wins coming by knockout. Number 4. Ray Mercer versus Tommy Morrison. On October 18, 1991, Ray Mercer punched Tommy Morrison so hard that he was knocked out in a very dramatic way. Both fighters went into the match without having lost a single match. Mercer's win over Francesco Damiani gave him the WBO heavyweight title and made his record 17-0. Morrison came in having won 28 straight fights. Number 3. David Tua versus John Ruiz. On March 16, 1996, during a fight for the WBC International Heavyweight title at the Convention Center in Atlantic City, David Tua hit John Ruiz so hard that he knocked him out. Tua, who was undefeated at the time of the fight and had a record of 22-0, came out to knock out Ruiz, who had a record of 25-5 at the time of the fight. He did so quickly, and the fight was over in 19 seconds. Tua hit Ruiz with a strong left and then hit him with a series of punches, which knocked Ruiz out. Number 2. Arturo Gaddy versus Joey Gamach. During their fight on February 26, 2000, Arturo Gaddy knocked out Joey Gamach in a convincing way. In the second round of their fight, Gaddy knocked Gamach out with a left-right-left combo. Gamach was up on his feet, but the knockout hurt him even more when his head hit the ring. Gamach was knocked out in the fight, which hurt his brain. This was his last fight. Number 1. Julian Jackson versus Harold Graham. During their fight for the WBC middleweight title on November 24, 1990, Julian Jackson beat Harold Graham in a spectacular way. Graham was unconscious for about 5 minutes after he hit the ground because of the terrible blow. The right hand that knocked him out right away. Then, when his head hit the canvas hard, he got a vicious blow from outside the ring, which also knocked him out. In our opinion, these are the top 10 most brutal knockouts in boxing history. If you like the video, leave a comment and also subscribe to our channel. Press the bell icon for all the latest updates. Thanks for watching.